Hello, I'd like to make today a clarification. I talked in the past about the fact when you enter a sales interaction, the best you can do is to forget about the sale, or rather, put it on the back of the mind and focus exclusively on making a connection with that person that you're talking with, just to understand who they are as a human being, as opposed to keep your eyes on the prize, as the old saying went, keep that thing that you want in front of your eyes to get it from the client. And some people were a little bit unclear about that, and they asked me, how is that? I mean, you should forget about the sale. I mean, isn't this the reason why you're talking with that person? And it is also that saying, if you don't want enough the sale, the client won't give it to you, or something like that. And what I'm suggesting, it is to look at this interaction from this perspective. Every interaction in life, the way I see it, has at least two focuses, two motivations. And one would be the main one, and the other one would be the secondary one. And depending on which one is which, we're going to change the entire dynamic of that particular interaction. And also I mentioned that pretty much everybody can relate to dating, so I'm going to give an analogy with dating. Let's say if I were to date somebody, of course I would want somebody that I would have a deep relationship with, a good connection, somebody that I can talk to for hours without getting bored, and just to enjoy sharing experiences one with each other, just to allow ourselves to be vulnerable one for each other, and so on and so forth. And of course I also would like to have sex with that person. Now, depending on which one of those two intentions it is my main focus, we're going to determine the dynamic of that particular interaction. Let's say if I want to have sex with that person is my first intention, my first motivation, then unconsciously things in my body, micro movements, words that I choose, looks that I'm going to give, or tonality of the voice, all those things are going to transpire my main motivation. So the person is going to kind of know where I'm coming from. And of course I want that relationship thing, but this is my main focus. So this is going to make a different dynamic than if I were to have the connection as my main focus, where I really want that connection, that deep understanding, deep empathy for me to recognize myself in that person, and vice versa, and so forth. And of course, on the background I have that intention to have sex eventually. But I know that I'm okay and I'm all right, even if sex doesn't happen for whatever reasons, for whatever reasons just yet. And the same goes for a sales interaction. When I have in the front of my eyes, I want this person to give me their money, to buy this. Basically, that's what it is. I want them to give me their money. When I have this as my main focus, this would be the main thing that I'm going to convey to that person. And yes, I can tell myself, I want a connection, I want a relationship, but being on the back of the mind, you see, that will be secondary. And the person is going to feel that neediness from my part to get their money. And this will going to determine basically the dynamic of that particular interaction. Whereas, if I have the connection in front of my eyes, then this is what the person is going to feel. That connection with me as a person. And of course they know, you see, I'm a salesperson, and I'm meeting with you, and I start talking with you. You know why I'm here. You know that I have some product that I want to present to you. You know that. So I don't need to show it to you, because you know it. But because I put here in front of us, right in the middle of us, my intention to create a connection with you, this is going to create a different dynamic and a better dynamic, so you're going to feel more trust in me as a person because I'm interested in you as a person. And the moment will come, for instance, when, for instance, you might ask me, what do you have to sell today? Or tell me about that thing that you mentioned on the phone, or anything like that. So when I start presenting my product, this is going to come from a different place, from a better place, where you as a client, you can trust me that I'm going to take care of you, trust me enough to buy again from me, trust me enough to refer your friends to me. So this is what I'm talking about. I believe Brian Tracy said somewhere in one of his books, I forgot exactly where, he said that pretty much everything important in life, like happiness, for instance, we achieve that by following something else. Because when you run for happiness, basically you never reach it. You'll always ask yourself, am I happy? I'm not. In the moment when you ask yourself, am I happy? Then you're not. So you go for something that you want, the sale, through something else, through that connection. This is a better channel than anything else that I know of. Or better than convincing or persuading or manipulating or whatever it happens to be. I found in my experience and the successful salespersons that I interviewed, connection, it is the most effective channel to convey something to the person you're talking to. Okay, if you have any other questions about that, let me know, and I'm going to try to explain it more in some other words. Let me know and take care for now. Bye.